Hello, and welcome to the Toku Takeout, your podcast for LBR Rangers. Now, if we can quiet down, we can begin. Hello, and welcome to the Toku Takeout, with your host, Brian the Land Bastard.
Hello.
Toby the Motherfucker Mobius.
Sup, bitches?
Dustin, where's my power watts?
What?
I'm your special announcer, Jason. I don't have a nickname. Jagori. And with our new special guest, Giga Beetle from Sweden.
Hello.
Giga Beetle, why don't you tell us about yourself? The folks at home don't know about you.
In 10 or less words. I don't know, I take photos of flowers. I actually don't have anything to do with Toku, so I don't know what I'm doing here.
Ah!
I am very confused.
Well, you see what happened was you have this Tumblr where you post pictures of expensive Japanese toys, and I thought, this is cool, and so I started stalking you, and then I'm like, hey, you have a Twitter? I have a Twitter. Let's see if you can be in a podcast.
Let's tweet our twats, is what you said.
Was that when the weird dick pics started showing up in my inbox? Last couple of weeks have been weird, dude.
My lawyer
Ryan,
advised me not to mention
you.
My
Ryan,
lawyer.
those are my pictures. I took them for you.
I was sharing.
Oh.
With the world.
Because sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, especially if it's not my dick.
If the Care Bears have taught me anything, it's that sending unsolicited pictures of other people's penises is the best thing to do. So today we're going to watch Kamen Rider Decade, but first we're going to talk about, geeky things.
That we did this week.
I want to go last. I have special reasons to go last, so alphabetically Dustin should go first.
Fine. I read fan fiction.
You always read fan fiction.
Well, this time it's really good fan fiction. It's actually a pair of them. That actually does something interesting with the Marvel Universe. It's actually better than what they're doing, what canon stuff is at the moment.
Oh, please, do tell. I'm sort of the Marvel expert here.
Have you ever heard of a minor C-list character called Sleepwalker?
Yes, I have. He goes into people's dreams and he walks through a dream dimension.
Well, this person has written in a complete alternate Marvel universe, almost based around Sleepwalker, where he's actually a bit more of a major hero, and it's completely freaking awesome.
Now, the minute you start pulling out the Darkhawk is the greatest hero thing ever.
Darkhawk does show up, but as like a mention. He shows up as like a guest character every now and then.
But does Slapstick show up at all?
Joystick does.
Ooh. Does the Kite Man come in?
No.
Oh.
Ringer does.
How about the Wizard? Does the Wizard show up?
I wish. Not yet. But,
so, Brian, there's a character in the Marvel Universe called the Wizard. Take a wild... What are you doing, Brian?
Sacrificing souls to the devil.
I keep hearing you slam doors.
No.
Okay, but this isn't the best part. Because there's also another fic in this universe.
Uh-huh.
Where... And I'm not kidding here. Mary Jane Watson gets spider powers. And it's not
that happens
lame.
in the comics, too.
Except it's a little more permanent.
How can it be permanent in a fan fiction?
This person has literally crafted a whole alternate Marvel universe. It's awesome, and he's actually been writing these two fics since about 2006, and has been updating monthly, and has rarely missed an update.
Is he attempting to be the next what's her name?
Mary
fuck. No, Brian, you're not drinking tonight. No more Frankenstein.
Okay.
It's
no. She used to write Robin I can't remember her name. It's like her name is like something Grayson or Grayson something. She uses a pen name, but she used to write fan fiction about Batman and Robin, and that's how she got her gig at DC.
Well, I wish Marvel would hire this person because seriously, this is some of the best written stuff. I wish Marvel had stuff this good. And of course, it's also a lot too. One of the picks is up to 460,000 words. The other one's like 350.
See, my Marvel
Devin Grayson, that's who you were thinking of.
Devin Grayson, there we fucking go.
But I can't recommend either of these picks highly enough.
Okay, I'll check them out sometime.
I will give the links to Brian. He will post them on the Tumblr when this episode's released.
If I remember, I probably won't.
I'll remind you.
Next up, in the alphabet, would be G. G stands for Gigabeetle.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What did you do
I have the
this week?
I actually don't do geeky things. Actually, I don't know. I probably opened a figure art or something. I got.
Which one did you open?
I think I opened Flame Dragon, but I'm unsure if that was more than a week ago.
Well, it's not.
I'm gonna say it was 4 days ago. That's
Okay.
a lie, but I'm sticking with it because it's a podcast,
Yeah.
and they don't know when this is recorded.
Tell us about figure arts. Out of everybody in this podcast, I'm the only other person with one, and I only have one, and it's Decade.
It's pretty good, Decade. It's articulated figures for people with no life.
Yeah.
And you can take photos of them, and people like you for it. I don't know how friendships works, actually. Yeah.
Which one's the best one?
Probably, on a bias level, the Kabuto one, because Kabuto is the best rider.
Oh.
But otherwise, maybe Ryuki? On a pure build stance? I actually don't know. I guess it's up to taste.
What if I said Decade was the best rider?
I don't know, man. Is it too late to opt out of this podcast?
Guys, my favorite.
This is
the best
possibly
rider,
the best reaction.
Guys, the best rider is Shin.
Shin is awesome.
I believe Kamen Rider
What
Gay is pretty good.
Shin is spectacular.
What about what about Hibiki? Any love for Hibiki?
Hibiki is awesome, up until about episode 26.
I'd say, yeah, that's about right. That's about when the movie came out. Everything past,
What about Deno? Should I get the Deno figure arts?
If you don't have ham hands,
Oh,
because they have eyes that protrude off their heads, which I guess if you ham-hand them, you can snap them, but if you don't care because you're an 8-year-old and you just want to bang your toys together chest to chest, that's fine.
I know I wanted to bang my toys when I was 8 years old.
I know. I want to go chest to chest when I. What am I doing?
Yeah. Now you tell me about your chest.
This is actually interesting, and I guess I can never own the Deno figure arts now
Why?
because I have ham hands.
Don't open them. Be that asshole.
No.
Brian, do your hands, like, sweat baking grease?
Sausage fingers, bacon fingers, ham hands.
Yeah.
pretty much.
This excites Brian.
During Christmas time, I often carve my hands and serve it to people after dipping
Spiral
them in
cut
honey.
them?
Yeah.
You spiral cut them, and you're like, here, family, eat this. And they look at you and go, the fuck, Brian? And
Yep.
then you just take off your pants, stand on the table, and scream, I also have some party wieners.
Yeah. I have multiple.
More than one?
He has more than one. It's very weird. It's because he bifurcated himself.
I pulled down my pants to show my can of Vienna sausages.
He bifurcates them, so there's a lot of them.
This is terrible. This is the worst conversation.
This is a great tokusatsu conversation.
In tokusatsu, everyone has bifurcated Vienna sausages.
This is the best podcast ever.
Isn't it, though?
Jason.
Yes.
Talk about something other than your bifurcated penis.
Well, the week that this was going to air, do you know who I'm going to meet? And I'm going to greet, and I'm going to take photos with, and I'm going to shake his hand?
Is it Stan Lee?
Very close.
Is it Megatron?
It is not Megatron. Megatron is not a real person.
Is it gay Megatron?
No, it's not gay Megatron. That would be, what's his name?
Galvatron?
No,
Shockwave.
Galvatron's not gay. It's Shockwave.
Is it Steve Ditko?
You are very far when you said Steve Ditko. I said close with Stan Lee, but get rid of the Stan part and then just say Lee.
Bruce Lee?
Very, very close. It is. You have no idea how close you are. Who's better than Bruce Lee?
Jackie Chan.
Brian got it. I'm going to be meeting Jackie Chan.
I knew it.
I'm not fucking kidding. I'm actually going to be meeting and seeing a movie with Jackie Chan.
That's kind of cool.
Holy shit.
How did that
Yeah,
happen?
holy shit. There's a. I'm actually going to be seeing his new movie with him.
You should challenge him to a fight.
No, because I don't want to get my ass kicked.
No, see,
that would be funny though. That would be funny if I did beat up Jackie Chan. I could stand up and scream, "I beat up Jackie Chan." But then I would never be able to see Jackie Chan ever again. So I'm not going to do that.
There's court hearings.
There's court here. I don't think he's going to be able to show up.
That's the best though, because if they don't show up, that means you win.
His lawyer could show up.
No, Jackie Chan doesn't have a lawyer because the only lawyer he needs is his fist.
I would assume Jackie Chan has plenty of lawyers. But yeah, I'm going to actually be meeting Jackie Chan. I'm going to be seeing the new movie Chinese Zodiac, which is the third in the Armor of God series. This is his 101st movie, and it's going to be not long after his birthday.
Aren't the other two Armor of God movies like 10 to 20 years old?
Yeah, they are.
I thought he was retiring.
Yeah, he's going to be retiring soon. This is his 101st movie. I think he's going to retire after his 110th or 125th movie.
Is he doing any more movies in English, or is he?
This one's in English. This one's in English because it's it's in Chinese and English because it's a Australian Chinese co-production. A lot of his movies are actually Australian and Chinese co-productions. Most of them are. The early ones from between Drunken Master and Rumble in the Bronx. Rumble in the Bronx is one of the first Australian ones he did. There was Rumble in the Bronx and Mr. Nice Guy and First Strike, which is actually a side sequel to the Police Story series. That is a part of the that was one of his Australian co-productions.
Fascinating.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be meeting Jackie Chan, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm probably going to go with one of my friends I'm also the best man at his wedding, and it's going to be my birthday present to myself, which, by the way, today is Brian's birthday.
No.
Well, the date that
we have to sing Happy Birthday to Brian.
No, that's trademarked. That's
no. Okay, we'll play that one song. Brian, you should play that song that I sent you for your birthday.
No.
Okay, but we're skipping over Toby. Toby, what did you do geeky this week?
I got to play a new RPG at my local comic book store. It's every other week we play D&D, but this was our off week, so we played a different game. I can't remember what it was called, but the premise is that it was
it Fingers of Justice?
I wish.
Apples to apples?
No, but I am going to be bringing Cards Against Humanity next week.
Was it Monopoly?
No, Brian, that's not a role-playing game.
It is if you play it right. I am the race car.
I am the hat.
I am the thimble.
Why am I always the battleship? This sucks.
No, the battleship is the best character because you can call out random letters and numbers.
The premise of the game is that it was written by a starship captain who only had 24 hours to live. Oh. And so it's not really well thought out. Like, for example, your brain state is defined as, like, your thinky that you do. What? And all the notes are really, like, hand-scrawled, and it just kind of looks horrible.
Toby, but it's actually... Was this an RPG, or did you just meet some guy in his basement?
It was at the comic book store, and he got it off of Drive-Thru RPG, but...
Was it in the comic book store's basement?
No, in the back room.
Have you seen Pulp
pretty much
Fiction?
the same thing.
I was about to go with that, too. I was about to say... Was the guy owning this thing named Zed? Did he drive a chopper?
Did you hear strange noises? Did you maybe see a gimp?
No, not this time.
Are you the gimp?
No, not this time.
Did you play a game at Uncle Touchy's Puzzle Palace?
Uncle Touchy's Puzzle Palace. I used to go there as a kid.
Down and cry.
But anyway, the game was really, really fun. And that's all I really have to say about that.
I'm sorry you got molested.
Well, you should be. It was your fault.
Was this game called If You Tell Your Parents I Kill Your Puppy?
Wow.
No, that's my uncle's game. Completely different rules.
There is a game called Don't Wake Daddy.
I have
you
that.
Ever played it?
I have that one. It's actually kind of frightening.
I love that game because if you wake Daddy, then he like springs up, and the best part is he doesn't have legs.
I remember that, yeah.
He just wakes up in his own private hell.
That's why you're trying not to wake Daddy. I just saw his legs off.
So I lost my legs in the war, and now you're waking me up at this hour?
The whole point of the game is that you're trying to go to the kitchen to get food. And you wake up your father. Your father's like, I'm going to fucking kill you if you eat any more chicken legs.
He's having a Vietnam flashbacks because he don't eat chicken legs.
They shot me in my legs and then they withered down to nothing.
Charlie got me. You don't understand. Maybe if Daddy just fed the kids, they wouldn't need to wake him up.
They're actually coming out of the basement. They picked a lock.
That double amputee dad is just going to beat them now.
He's been beating him with his stump.
He still has legs.
He's been beating them with his wooden legs.
Yes.
No, here's what happens. His legs are atrophied, but he uses them like whips. We are horrible, horrible people.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, yes. Brian. What did you do this week?
So I finally...
Best birthday ever.
I finally caught up on Big Bang Theory.
I'm sorry.
I wanted more of a reaction to that.
You son of a bitch.
This is a terrible show, guys. I don't know.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Brian.
Brian, that's like blackface.
Let me explain the season finale.
You have my deepest sympathies for your loss of time.
So, main character, Leonard, is like going to be on a ship cruise thing because of Stephen Hawking, and so most of the episode is them saying stuff like, but won't his wheelchair roll off the boat? Haha, Stephen Hawking is disabled. That's like most of the episode.
Weren't we just making fun of a disabled person 5 seconds ago?
Yes.
I know. How fortuitous.
Right? It's like,
Brian, if Stephen Hawking
so
was
what
on
it comes
a boat,
down to is we are no worse than the Big Bang Theory writers.
Stephen
we
Hawking
are
is
the Big
Daddy.
Bang Theory.
Are we better, though?
They need to release a version of Don't Wake Daddy with Stephen Hawking.
I would play that.
How come you have not woken me up?
You have awoken me.
Now I
call it the
for your
Hawking
blood.
refrigeration unit.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing,
hunger.
children. You have woken me up. I think it's time for us to start talking about the universe. And the whole point of the game is to make sure you don't get stuck and listening to how your father's explaining the universe to you while he just creepily smiles at you.
I think you could modify... You could probably modify the Don't Wake Daddy board game into a Stephen Hawking version by removing the spring, so that when you wake him up, he doesn't actually sit up.
It's just a robotic voice that comes out saying, "No, children, wake up. No."
His eyes open and his head tilts slightly.
I don't know how I leaked semen into your mother to make children.
Oh.
Okay,
I think it was more like a puddle.
Okay, that's...
And on that note...
A horrible fucking person.
I don't even know how I'm segueing into this.
I was gonna say we couldn't get any worse.
Speaking of puddles of jizz.
We're just go-getters like that.
Speaking of quadriplegics ejaculating into a woman, let's talk about tonight's Kamen Rider.
Speaking of things that are better than Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of rubbing wet spaghetti against my nipples.
Go on.
Let's talk about this television show we're going to be watching.
No. Back up a fucking second. Why would you be rubbing cold spaghetti on your nipples?
Because the meatballs are too hot. Anyways, going to Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider Decade was the anniversary series in the Heisei era, where basically Mary Sue, the Kamen Rider, could do everything and is the best, and also he's pink and he's better than everybody else. We're gonna be watching.
He's pink, he's magenta.
This has something to do with Kamen Rider Gay, doesn't it?
He did appear in Kamen Rider Gay.
Was he the best in Kamen Rider Gay or the worst?
He's the one that looks like black and red stripes.
He's the one who has the giant X on his chest.
Yes.
That was the X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Because it's a Roman numeral for 10. Intermission time!
Dicks.
This part of the show was copyrighted
And we're back. We just came back from watching the first episode of Kamen Rider Decade.
What even the fuck?
Exactly.
What even the fuck happened?
Kamen Rider, dickhead!
Kamen Rider's a dickhead.
Pretty much.
Can you imagine being fucked by that head? Those sharp points? Holy shit, you would get teared up.
Imagine it, that's all I dream of.
Why does he have Pop-Tarts for a face?
No, they're trading cards, Jason. That's how he gets his powers.
Pop-Tarts are trading cards for your belly. You trade them for poop.
I love this guy.
Can you be a permanent part of this podcast?
I woke up at 6:30 to be on this podcast. No.
Oh, well.
Shucks.
We'll have to send you to America.
But my socialist powers are strongest here. No.
Wouldn't it be
No,
slightly
I
stronger
can feel
in
my
Russia?
free medicine going away.
Just that made me hungry with meatballs?
Hey, we can always send you to Canada.
So let's go around the room and talk about our favorite part about Kamen Rider Decade. I'll start. Kamen Rider Decade is the very first Kamen Rider show I've seen. It's the only figure art I own, and it's just my favorite. And a lot of people...
You made that terrible costume that one time.
Yeah.
Land Bastard is a bit special needs.
Up that Kamen Rider
Yeah, a lot of people...
fucking GameCube controller to it.
A lot of people don't like Kamen Rider Decade. And there are many legitimate reasons to not like it. But then again, I'm an asshole.
Shit.
One, the main character is, well,
apparently killing all the other main characters.
Pretty much.
Jason, it would be like if I said my favorite Marvel comic character is like, I don't know, the movie version of Green Goblin.
You shut your whore mouth. Actually, that one's not bad.
No, the movie version of Green Goblin was very cool.
My favorite Marvel character is Batman.
Batman's not a Marvel character?
Jason, imagine if I went up to you and said, Spider-Man...
He found the Power Rings, and then he beat up Superman. And he has the Power Sword in Grayskull.
That's Masters
I know
of the
all the
Universe.
comics. I know
That's
all
also
the comics.
DC. Masters of the Universe is
What,
also DC.
No Skeletor joke, Jason?
No.
Aw.
So let's move on to somebody who isn't a complete asshole. Dustin.
Well, thank you. That was a very nice compliment.
Says
Okay,
you, he's a
Toby.
total asshole.
But, okay, what do I like about Decade? I love the theme song. Theme song's pretty awesome.
Okay.
I like the fact that they treat that the 2 episodes of Hibiki that involve Hibiki are better than the whole second half of the series.
We're talking about the first episode of Decade.
Well, you can't talk about the first episode, but talk about the whole series. Because,
I mean, you can. I guess you can't, but...
no, well, that's me. But, never mind then. But yeah, I like the theme song. I like Tsukasa's camera. It's a pretty cool camera.
Yeah, and you can buy it online if you have about $1,400.
No, I don't like it that much.
I
Yes,
do.
you do.
So, what I don't understand... So basically, this is the equivalent of Dial H for Hero.
Kinda.
Actually, it's kind of like a less inclusive version of Gokaiger.
What the hell's Gokaiger?
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet?
No.
Oh.
It's
Well,
like Japanese Animorphs,
Yeah.
except
Oh
Kamen
god, I'm
Riders.
not watching that. I'm not watching fucking Animorphs again.
You are. You will love it.
Brian, I don't understand what the hell that was when I watched it. All I know is Iceman apparently turns into a dog.
So, Giga Beetle, what was your favorite part of Decade?
I liked it when the Magno Giga was riding the Xeranos liner. That happened
Yes.
4 seconds in. And that's cool because that's a giant Minotaur robot riding a giant Minotaur space train. Which is pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, what the fuck was the space train thing? And also, what the fuck was the flying castle?
You want me to explain it?
Yeah, go
Actually?
ahead.
Okay, in Deno, they have trains.
that fly. and
No,
travel
just
through time.
they have trains. They don't really need any more explanation. They
No,
have trains.
no,
That's
no,
what the show is
you
about.
do
Deno
need
is
more
about a good.
explanation.
Deno was about trains.
It's about
That's
as much
it?
about. Yeah.
Just
No.
go into that show. All you need to know is there were trains.
Imagines cards. Take
Imagine a
trains.
train.
Imagine a train and it flies. It's a train. But
No,
trains
no,
don't fly.
just a train.
No, you
Just
don't
a
understand. This is a train.
Oh, it doesn't just fly; it flies through time.
No,
flies
all
through
you need to
time.
focus on is the
Train.
train.
You're making it too complicated. Think about a train.
Okay, I'm thinking
Billions
of a train
and billions
now.
of years ago.
No.
This train was. I have a question.
Yes.
How do you lay train track on sand?
How the fuck are they...
I never thought about
Sittag
that.
getta så I Krieg diesen Titelsong. In fact, nicht mehr
That's
als
a really
dem...
good point. That's gonna bug me slightly.
I know.
I've turned German.
I've been wondering that since I saw Wild Wild West. Because I would. No, Wild Wild West. It's a great movie
Jim
about Will Smith.
Everything in
an
that
Ameri-
movie is fictional, including Will Smith.
No, he
No,
isn't.
that all really happened. See, in the Old
It's
West...
actually set in the same universe as Django Unchained? Holy
No.
shit.
Is Wild Wild West, is that
It's not set in
Tokusatsu?
the same universe as Django Unchained.
Should we do that?
Yes, it is. Just
it's
imagine a
not.
train.
Wild Wild West is the culmination of a multi-decade attempt at Joel Silver to get a giant spider on screen.
Yes, and then he finally got his giant fucking spider. And then it apparently was in the box office next to South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Geeky Beetle, explain Castle Doran.
Okay. Imagine
A
a train.
cast.
Imagine a train. Okay.
Except
Okay,
you live in it.
how the fuck did this train lay space tracks?
We're talking about the floating castle thing.
Okay,
how did the
no,
castle become a train?
Okay, the castle
Imagine
is
a
actually.
train.
We're never going to get this explanation out, are we?
I
No.
don't even know what the question was.
Okay, he's asking. Okay, the train travels through time in space,
Okay.
Don't make it too
So it's like-
complicated.
so it flies. Does that make sense?
No.
No.
I haven't.
Okay. Then don't worry about it. The castle
Just
is
know
actually
it's
a
about a
dragon.
train.
The castle is a dragon that
I
had a
just have to
castle built
imagine
around.
this train.
A dragon is a bit like a train, except different in a few key aspects, in that they're not one thing alike. You see, a train. Imagine a train.
Oh my god.
I think we have our title for the episode.
Imagine a train.
Now imagine a dragon. They're quite different, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are very,
So-
very different. Where are you
so
going with
the-
this?
You just like trains. Okay. So the dragon is also a castle. I'm not gonna ask you to imagine a castle, but if you do,
Imagine
that's
a
okay.
castle.
But if you do.
Okay, but okay, let's get this show back on.
The rails.
I was trying.
Well,
not to
we
say
broke
it, but-
Brian. Brian is now broken.
Damn it.
How do we fix Brian? You see, you imagine a
Gigabeetle.
train.
Imagine a
Gigabeetle.
Brian.
Okay, Gigabit, what'd you?
Use your
do you have any-
cocktail.
Okay, I don't even know whose turn it is anymore.
I don't think there is a turn anymore.
Now, and
This is the worst
think-
review we've ever done of anything ever.
Jason is next. Jason, imagine, if you will, a train.
Okay, I've got it in my head.
Okay, now imagine that
No, that's a
train-
dragon.
Jason, you're not imagining correctly.
Now it's a castle. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know is someone's telling me to imagine a train, it turned into a dragon, which turned into a castle. And all of a sudden, Pop-Tarts appeared on this dude's head.
And that's Decade in a nutshell.
That's Decade in a nutshell, and apparently the Earth crashes into another Earth.
There's like 10 Earths, but actually there's more than that. They're
Okay,
lying.
how would it be 10 if it's 9 years? That would be 9 Earths.
Okay,
There's
imagine 10 planets.
Imagine
Okay.
10 trains.
They're sitting on a train.
Imagine each planet has their own train.
This is the worst Christmas gift I've ever gotten. I don't know what to do. Well, son, you have to imagine this train.
Can we please stop talking about trains?
Jason, what was your favorite part of the show?
Say
Probably,
trains.
probably the train? No.
Good job.
No, my favorite part of the show is when the Earth started crashing into each other, and then random villains, and all of a sudden, giant enemy crab.
One could say it went off the rails.
Alright, we're done.
Best podcast ever? Or best podcast ever?
We still haven't even done a review of the show.
Okay.
It's it's
Five
good.
trains.
I know,
and
so we
bad
have
all
to
the
have-
same.
I haven't even
All I
gone
know,
yet.
all I
Toby.
know is that
Toby.
all we know is
what
that
do you-
Toby needs to imagine a train.
I've
So
been imagining the
imagine-
train this entire fucking time.
That's a castle, you dumbass. You keep running.
Why can't you imagine
Damn
just
it.
a train? Stop imagining the wrong thing.
Anyways, this
That's
show.
a phallus.
This is the weirdest remake of Doctor Who I've ever seen, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
What about This Is Like Doctor Who?
You have the main character who's kind of like crazy, and then you have a female companion, and they go inside of a large square thing, and they travel
And it's
around.
way bigger on the inside or something.
Yeah, they travel through different
That's what she
worlds,
says.
different times.
And they both travel on a train?
Yeah, I would watch Doctor Who on the train.
Wait. So you mean basically
Wasn't there
the
a
ending?
wasn't there a jet-powered train in one of the episodes?
Imagine, if you will,
Yes.
a jet.
Imagine, if you will, Back to the Future. Now imagine, if you will, Back to the Future with a train.
There was a train in the third one.
What the fuck?
There was also that train appears in the cartoon.
Holy shit.
Yes, it does, and so does that dog. And then the dog apparently talks in that thing too.
How did we get so derailed?
They
Well,
invited
smashing
Giga
a train.
My biggest complaints about the Back to the Future cartoon series, if we can tangent just a little bit, is that the DeLorean's there, when it was clearly ran over by a train in
He
Back
rebuilt
to the
it.
Future Part 3.
He got
rebuilt
another
it.
one.
DeLoreans are expensive, yo.
No, they aren't.
He's a time traveler. What does
He
that
went
matter?
back in time and got one from another place.
Imagine if
Right.
you
He's the one who gave John
Right.
DeLorean the Coke, which got him arrested, so he got the DeLoreans for cheap.
Imagine, if you will, a train that ran over a DeLorean.
Brian, imagine, if you will, a train powered by cocaine. We call it
That's
Imagine
what
if you
it's
will
train.
the train. Imagine if you will train. Now, imagine that train going off the rails and exploding horrifically. That's this
Here's-
podcast.
Now imagine that train filled with cocaine in the rain.
Let's each say one word, and then the episode will end. I will begin with the word train.
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 Giga?
Uh,
Dumbfounded.
I think Giga Beagle's. I think he's safe folded.
Giga Beagle.
Good word!
And
I
so,
think I did too. Toby, you have a word?
Dragon.
No, you did it wrong.
Dragon's a terrible kind of train.
This show is such a train wreck. BAM!
Good night, everybody.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Train!
You have just listened to Toku Takeout, the podcast for LBR Rangers. If you would like to take some home with you, please subscribe or follow us at lbrrangers.tumblr.com. And don't forget to leave a comment or submit your own content. Goodbye.